All right, so let's see. What else do I have to talk about here?
B1
Oh,
update.
B1 thing. So last, I do a show last Friday, last Thursday. I did one yesterday, but I didn't talk about this yesterday. So I think it was last Thursday. I told a story about how B1 has this dog who keeps escaping from her neighbor's house and runs right to her house.
Well, now it's
And
her dog.
well, it's happened 3 or 4 times now. The first time animal control got called, and then because we didn't know who it belonged to, and it was a whole big thing, but we figured out who it was and was able to tell. We're able to tell animal control, so it got back to the right owner. So 3 more times, I think after that, this dog showed up at B1's house, and this last time, and I told this story the other day. It was so crazy. The owners of the dog, who are old, they're an older couple, and they told B1, look, we don't think we can handle this dog anymore. Do you want to take this dog? Do you want to take our
What
dog?
kind of dog?
It's like a some sort of lab mix, black lab mix, older, white, kind of got a white at the end of the snout, so she's a little bit older.
Oh, it's a senior dog.
Real,
Just
yeah,
looking
not
for a place to live and loved.
probably. I would say if I had to guess, like 8, something like that. But the weird thing is, every time it escapes from this house, it always goes to B1's house. And so the people who own the dog were like, "Look, we have 8 dogs already.
Oh my God.
We can't handle this dog. She seems to like you. Do you want to keep the dog?" And so B1 told that, she thought about it, and where we live, there's not. She has, well, actually, where she lives, she has a pretty good sized yard, so she could, but we're not allowed to put up fences here. So she'd have to physically take the dog out every time he needs to go to the bathroom, blah blah blah. It's not like Darla, who can shit in a corner. I don't even fucking know, because it's a little tiny rabbit turd. This dog's gonna be taking fucking dumps if it shits in her
I know.
house.
I've been looking at puppies.
Oh, dude, I'm talking. Look up Shih Tzu Yorkie mixes. That's what you want to get, or a
I
chocolate
want a
lab.
I want like I want like a Papillon.
No, you don't.
Yeah, my parents have a Papillon. I love it.
Okay, well, the one Papillon I knew in my life, Rover's old dog, was the worst
It's
fucking dog in the world,
well, it's a Papillon. Oh no, a Chian. It's a Chihuahua Papillon.
bro. Hold on.
But then again, like I'm looking for a dog to like fill a void in my life, so I'm not going to do it. I've just been enjoying shopping for it. I actually just sent you a picture of what I'm probably going to end up doing.
Bro, look at this. This is what you need right here. Look at that. Look
Oh,
at that. That's a Shorkie. That's a Shih Tzu Yorkie mix with its brindle. That's what Darla is. So I'm
that's a
telling you,
cute little
bro.
dog.
Yeah, dude, the Bean Arena is the best puppy. She's the best. Bean Arena. She just lays around like it's so funny. Like, people say little dogs
But
are so
my
yappy.
whole place is carpet. I'd be really nervous about the dog using the bathroom in the house.
This is the problem B1 is having. She also, I do not have carpeting here. I have all hardwood floors everywhere except
Yeah,
the boys room. The boys have carpeting in their room, and if I leave that door open, she will go in there and piss on the carpet of
yeah.
immediately. So I totally understand her apprehension about wanting to take this dog. There's so much responsibility going. She works all day. She's not home. Woods is going to
Now
rip
then you
things.
have to
Is going to,
crate the dog.
or if you leave it out, you risk that it's going to chew everything up, or it's going to piss or shit everywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why like I'm entertaining the thought just because like I'd like the companionship. Like I'm not looking for a relationship or anything like that. But then my dad just sent me pictures during the break of some barn cats that were just found by one of his coworkers.
oh man, barn cats are the best. That's what my Calberto is. Kal-El was a barn cat. He was going to
I
be eaten
I
by
asked specifically, are there
coyotes.
any orange ones? And there's no orange ones, but there's a white fucking little snowball that I want.
Ooh, I like little white cats. Those are great.
I sent you
Um,
a picture of it.
I'm getting it right now. I just pulled
Oh,
up
all right.
my thing here that has all the pictures. It's just taking a second. It's not
And it would be long hair too, which is different than what I've had.
don't know why this is not connecting. There we go. Okay, here's yours. Okay. Um. Ooh, you got to take that
Right?
cat. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. So this cat right here, this is the one Mikey wants. One of these barn cats. My mom had a Siamese cat, and it was the worst fucking cat in the world. Worst,
Angry, pissed off cat.
mean, nasty cat. But
Every Siamese I've ever met's like that.
mine, Clarky Poo, he is buff and Siamese. He's mixed with the two. And he is the sweetest fucking dude in the world, but on the other hand, can be the biggest fucking dickhead in the world. Like most cats, to be quite
And
honest with you. But
I've been blessed with both of my cats. Both of my cats are really personable. They fight with each other for attention, like on the couch and the bed. Like they can't like both like lay next to me for some reason. But other than that, like they get along. They don't tear shit up. So I'd imagine that if I do get a third cat, this one is going to be the devil.
yeah, that's how it goes. The more you add in, you're going to get a crazy one. I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah.
B1. So actually, here is Lily. This is the dog that keeps showing up. It's a
Oh,
good looking pup, right? I mean,
yeah, really slender. I was thinking it'd be overweight because they got too many other dogs and stuff.
no.
Like, is the dog potty trained?
According to the people, the dog is totally housebroken, doesn't chew on things, and would be a good fit in any home. Now, the more I'm looking at her, from the angle I'm looking at, I think she might be part pit. Her
I don't. Maybe on the brow line a little bit. I
that's
see a little bit of pit. That's about it. It doesn't have the bowed out chest or anything
uh,
like that.
well, that's what's weird about her being so, because my Mufasa, my chocolate lab, had a massive, big, huge brow, like that kind of, like, but bigger. Like he looked like
Yeah, the
somebody.
wide head. Like
Yeah, well,
most labs, like true labs, are like that. Like
there's
lab mixes, you have the
American.
smaller brow.
There's I didn't know this. The B1 told me there's American labs and then like European labs, and I think the European labs are the bigger ones, the bigger, broader chests, the big foreheads, and then the American ones are the slimmer labs that you'll see out there. So, but
Dude,
she
there's
almost
a
looks
guy
like
in my apartment
there's a
complex that has a
mix,
Malinois
bro. That might have
in a
been what I
townhouse.
that might have been what I came across yesterday. I thought it was a German Shepherd.
It's
I
either a Malinois or a Dutch Shepherd that you saw, more than likely.
it was what? No, no. I bet you it was a Malinois because it was one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen in my life. It looked like a
It
German
wouldn't be a
Shepherd.
wouldn't be a Malinois. Short hair, really slender face, slender body is a Malinois.
No, no, massive, long snout. Like
Cane Corso.
no, it looked like a German Shepherd. It looked like a
Really?
German Shepherd on steroids. Like one of the biggest German Shepherds I've ever seen in my entire life. It was fucking huge, Mikey. I'm not exaggerating. I could have fit my whole head in its mouth. It
I
was
wonder if it was like a Tibetan mountain dog or something like that. They got shepherd looks sometimes.
it looked straight up
And they're
like a German
huge.
Shepherd. It looked straight up like a German Shepherd. I mean, there was no like
Really?
I didn't see any other type of dog other than Belgian Malinois because they looked just like German Shepherds. So that was the only thing. I thought the dog was going to kill me. It was, thank God it was in a cage, but if it got out, I was dead. But anyway, so yeah, this dog now, the only reason I bring this back up is because this picture I just showed you is from 5 minutes ago. This dog has shown back up at her house again.
Now these people are just letting the dog out on purpose and saying, "Go to your real owner's house."
I think that's what's happening. Well, actually, no,
Yeah,
I
they're trying
told,
to bait her into
actually,
doing it.
I got to be honest with you. I don't think so. Oh, I was there. I helped her return the dog. I left that part out. The people, when they said, well, while you're going to sleep on it, you can bring the dog back. We're not home. Just open the front door and push the dog in the front door and close it. So we did this. It was a whole debacle because there's 8 dogs in there, all trying to get
Yeah.
out at the time that we're trying to push one in. And then the front door doesn't latch shut. So that's how this dog keeps getting out. It will close, but it doesn't go It just
Oh,
shuts.
so
So
yeah.
they just, that. It's another dumb show. Ooh, wow, that snuck up on me. Hello. Hello. Welcome to issue number 215 of Another Dumb Show. So good to have you guys streaming on my tube tonight. It feels so good. Feels so right having you guys streaming on my tube at night. Hit that thumbs up button. Give a brother a like if you have a second. Of course, it is our 1 year anniversary of the reboot of Another Dumb Show. We obviously started this around 2 years ago with the first go round. And then we had the flood that made everything go down the drain, so to speak. Took a little hiatus, and then we came back 1 year ago today, I believe. So thank you to everybody who supported the show for the past year. I greatly appreciate it, and let's try to get another year in. You know what I'm saying? So my main man is here with me. What's up, bro? How are you?
Technical difficulties.
Uh-oh, you sound good. Everything looks okay. Were your lights fighting with you?
No, it's not even. It's going all through my laptop.
You got
You say it sounds good. Does it sound good?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Well, I'm going cans free then.
Yeah, I don't hear myself. You sound great. Yeah, fuck it, dude. Who needs them?
Yeah, I don't need them no more.
Yes, I would just maybe move the laptop a little closer, because when you were leaning, if that's possible, because when you were a little closer, I was able to hear you a little bit better. So,
there we go.
Dude, that sounds great. What's up, dude? How are you? No cans. We get to check out the whole main that you got going on there.
I know.
You're looking good. I did a Doordash today, and the guy that checked me out had hair that was just a little bit below was perfect, or it was just a little dimmer, too far. You had it at that yellow, not the right, little lower, right there, perfect. That works for me good, because it gives you, I like it, good. So I did a Doordash today, and the guy that rang me out had the same look as you. His fucking hair was sticking straight up. It was really froed out, but really long. He had this big bull ring in his nose and everything. And there was some lady.
I'm a real Wookiee status right now, man. It's bad.
Well, it's funny.
Humidity don't help.
Yo, does your get all froed out when that happens? Yeah, true Italian. There you go. Sorry guys, my allergies are going crazy, so I'm gonna have a runny nose probably.
I'm gonna keep growing it till I start losing it. That's about it.
Yeah, mine's starting to go here and there a little bit. You kind of see my little point moving back and a little thin there. So I gotta eventually. I think I'm gonna look into those hair plugs or hair restoration where they take the hair off your ass.
Have to go bald with the white beard.
I don't know if I can go bald, man. I would probably end up wearing a wig. Or one of those toupees that they glue on. They have some really amazing toupees now that you glue on. Then they last for a certain amount of time, and they actually cut them and style them and everything. I think that's probably what I would do. I don't think I could handle being bald. I would lose my mind, I think. I would go nuts.
Just hang on to it forever. You know what I'm saying? Go full horseshoe.
Oh God, no. I don't think I could do that. Anyway, welcome to everybody, the League of Dummies, by the way. I didn't get a chance to say hello to everybody. So don't forget, you can always download the show as an audio-only podcast if you're not watching live. Follow the show, X, Instagram, all that good stuff. And speaking of the League of Dummies, big ups. Boomer, he was first in the chat today. And I got other people who've already talked, got all kinds of 1 year anniversary love coming in. Tyler wants to know what food challenge I'll be doing today. Boomer says I should have made Mikey pay up on the Snickers and cheese for tonight's episode. I liked
Oh
that one.
yeah, I still owe the chat and still owe the show that challenge.
I
That's
actually-
gonna be an easy one.
I
That's
know
gonna be
that's
an easy one.
that's why I'm not like pushing it, because you're gonna mow through that because you like American cheese, and if you like American cheese and Snickers, I could see how people would like it. I truly do, and because the Snickers overpowered it a little bit, but when you get those
I was
big
gonna
chunks,
say the ratio's off. It's more Snickers to cheese, so
Oh.
the Snickers will end up overpowering it all.
it's not, because there's like when you roll up the burrito of cheese around the Snickers, I
get what you're
some-
saying, because it's the snack size Snickers. It's the small
Yeah.
little Snickers. Guy.
So it pops the end off. It's actually, is it fun size or snack size? I always get them mixed up. It's not the little square one. It's the little short bars is what I
the
do.
bigger one, so that's
Yeah.
snack size. Fun
Snack
size
size.
is the tiny one.
Is the little guys. All right, cool. So one of these days we'll get around to that. I do have something in store for the 1 year anniversary that I'm going to be telling you guys about in a little bit. So stick around for that. First, I got to give some love to Angelina. She just gifted 5 another dumb show memberships. I don't even know my own name. Crystal got one. Irish Ronnie got one. Alexander got one. Scarf Mommy. Oh boy. I don't. Does that mean Scarf Mommy's still watching? If does that mean they're here, or is it can anybody even if they're not watching?
We really think Scarf Mommy ain't been just creeping watching.
I don't know, to tell you the truth. Diz was gifted a membership by Angelina, and then Lemons Laura, Curious George's new obsession. She just gifted out 5 memberships too. Steve got one, Brett got one, Michael K got one, Drew got one, and Rach got one. And Angelina sent also, who was kind enough to give those out, said happy anniversary 2.0 dumb. Also another one from Vanilla Charlie in there with a superfan donation. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that so much. Scarf Mommy is in there. She replied to it. She said thank you to Angelina. So there you go. Holden Two Dicks says, will you talk about JLR? He seemed to have really liked you. I wish you guys hung out. Well, I spent a lot of time talking about JLR in the past, I think. So I don't know. I'm going to dive back into that for any reason at this point. So real quick, little update from the recap last night, or from the recap today, and the story I told last night about B1 and the dog, Lily. Yeah. I think I showed you guys a picture. I'll pull this dog up. If you weren't watching last night, B1's
new dog.
Well, we don't know if it's going to be her new dog. This is Lily here. She wants to, she keeps running away from her owner on the street over and running over to B1's house. This has happened 4 or 5 times now. The owners told B1, hey, we have 9 dogs, so you can just keep the dog. B1 is on the fence about it because of obviously the responsibilities that go along with having a dog. And so last night, I said to her, well, what do you want to do? You've got this dog. I'm drunk, so I can't do anything to help you other than just ride with you and maybe help you get it in the door. So she said, yeah, do that. I'll be over in a sec. So she came over. The dog's in the back of the car. We ride over to this house. And Mikey, the dog would not get out of the car. It just was like, no, I like you.
Come on, the dog's imprinted now. The dog has picked its own mom.
So B1, I swear to God, tell she's a vet tech, because she literally just said, fuck this shit. Scooped this fucking dog up like a vet would, like right under its legs, and fucking hoisted this fucking big ass, probably 50, 60 pound dog, hoisted this fucker up and said, open the door for me. She fucking carried the thing up there. We got to the door, and when I opened the door, Mikey, I don't know if it was because it was warm yesterday or what, but dude, the wall of piss smell that came out of this house, I immediately gagged. Immediately. It was like a wretch. And then I'm have to hold these piss covered dogs in the door while B1, I'm holding it shut with one hand and then holding them in with the other, and then we're like 3, 2, 1, go, and she I open it and she kind of tosses it in almost on top of the other dogs, and then I close the door real fast, and then the dog immediately ran to the window and was just standing in the window, going, hey, what what the fuck, man? So
Oh man,
she gave the dog back. So we'll see how
this time.
soon. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes before the dog shows back up at her house. But I think if it does show back up again, she will definitely end up keeping the dog. I don't think there's any doubt about that at this point. So there's the update with Lily. I I still find it to be the craziest situation to where an owner, because they don't know anything about B1. She could be a dog murderer for all they know. You know what I mean? Like she could.
They trust They trust the dog's judgment.
I guess so. I guess you're right. Maybe that's a very good point. All right. So that's the update on that. I do have some emails here. I have like just one email I want to read here that was, I believe, from Crooked Orchids. I think that's her real name. I don't want to read off the real name because she's KO. So, but I believe that is her. She sent me a crazy video. Now, the video she sent me was really long. It was a YouTube video, so I couldn't use it. But I was able to find another version of it online. It's a little bit shorter, but it definitely gets the point across. Let's hope that I'll try to cut that little watermark off so they don't know I'm using that video. So, all right, let's see if I can get away with playing this video. If for some reason you're watching this video, if you're not watching live, this may end up getting cut out for copyright stuff. So if it just suddenly does a jump cut or something, you will know that I had to cut this out. So, all right, now this is I don't know a lot of the details behind this story, other than the fact that it is a body cam video from a police officer. It is, I think it's just like from, I don't know when this actually happened officially. Let's see if there's some details about it on the actual video she sent. A lot of times they'll put video, more info on there. All right, so they didn't give the actual date when all this went down. But it's a recent video. It just got posted on June 4th, so it must have happened pretty recently. Body cam video. He's got a guy pulled over, and that's pretty much all you really need to know. He's going through the car. The cop's going through the car, searching the car. I don't know what the reason is that, what, if there was some sort of suspicion, maybe he smelled weed, beer. I don't know, but he's going through the car, and this happens. Watch this. This is fucking nuts. Why is there no sound? Oh, there's no sound at the very.
Them Senecas, baby.
There's no sound at the beginning. I forgot. It picks up after it. So you said there's Senecas. That's okay. So there's cigarettes on the seat of the truck.
Them $3 packs of Indian reservation cigarettes from out here.
Okay, so there you go. I don't know where this happened at. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find the actual news story for this.
Trying to figure out what's on his seat.
Anyway, so so you're noticing something on the seat. What is that red and white thing right there, right? Looks like maybe there's some McDonald's wrappers next to it or something like that.
Doesn't that look like a handgun at the bottom there?
That does look like a gun, actually. Now that I'm actually pausing this and looking at it, I think that is probably a gun on the bottom right there. So let's try to see if we can. Yeah, that's definitely a gun. With some sort of looks like a tape on it and a string. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an actual gun because I don't know what the hook is at the back of it. That ain't a hammer.
I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, well, that actually isn't the interesting thing. Keep an eye on the rest of the video. So let's see here.
Yeah, it's good. Oh! What the fuck? What the fuck was that? You got a fire extinguisher?
So if you weren't able to tell what that was, so this thing that he has right there in his hand, this pipe, what it looks to be, is actually a pipe bomb.
Yeah, it's good. Oh! What the fuck?
Is that not fucking insane? He's so lucky. Who knows what shrapnel came out of that thing? That went into.
What the fuck was the intent to be driving around with a goddamn pipe bomb?
I have no idea, and I'm trying to find an actual news story about it. Let's see, body cam, but I cannot find. Um, oh, here it is. Okay, perfect, good stuff. Okay, so apparently this was from April. They may have just released the video of it. Man held without bond after chemical pipe bomb explodes on Putnam County deputy during traffic stop. Okay, so that was the story. All right, so I just came across
about
this.
2 hours from me.
Oh, really? Oh no,
Yeah,
this is
it's in New York.
Palatka, Florida. There must be a
Florida?
different. Yeah, there must be a different Putnam
Oh yeah, it
County.
must be a different Putnam County.
Yeah,
It's
there
wild
must
that
be.
they have the Senecas down there too.
Oh, there are Native American reservations in Florida. I would think. You know, it's pretty. Everything's named Seminole or Palatka.
Yeah, I thought the
that kind
Seneca
of shit.
brand was just from around here.
I didn't know. I don't know. I don't smoke. So, anyway, so I do think they listed what the guy's charges were on the YouTube page. They charged him with
Attempted murder.
he's been charged with making, possessing, throwing, projecting, or discharging any destructive, aggravated battery on law enforcement officer, carrying a concealed firearm during commission of a felony, armed trafficking in meth, 28 grams to 200 grams, possession of meth with intent to sell, and maintain a drug dwelling or conveyance. I don't know if that's what you thought the truck was or whatever. So,
Over an glass in there too. Motherfucker was enjoying life.
not anymore. He's fucked now. So actually, here's a picture of the guy. Oh, here's what the pipe looked like after the fact. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's what he looks.
Here's what it looked like after it blew up. That's pretty cool. And then where's this guy? Oh shit, wrong button. Sorry guys. Where did I just saw the picture of the guy? Now it's gone. Where the fuck did it go? He does. I mean, he looks like a meth dealer. There's no doubt in my mind here. Where the fuck did that picture just go? Anyway, he looks like a meth dealer. He look a bald guy, long beard. Exactly what you said I would probably look like if I went bald and kept the beard. It's actually what I would look like. There you go. So let's see here. Where did I leave off? Let's see what I lined up here. Oh, okay. So I got a comment here from, I believe it was from Hoodie. The other day, not to kiss my own ass here, but the other day I told a little story about I went Doordash, and Mike, you probably weren't here that day, but somebody gave me a hard time about being a Doordasher and how lazy people are for getting like 2 bags of hot Cheetos or whatever. But then on the other hand, I mentioned how I actually am able to help people. There was a woman who is in a wheelchair and really couldn't there's no way she could grocery shop for herself. And I actually took her groceries into her house that was the dog that I was telling you about yesterday. I took the groceries to her fridge, and it was, get a dog nipping in my ass the whole time and stuff. So it was a little sketchy, but I was like, I got to help this fucking lady. So Hoodie sent a comment and he says, Hoodie here. I want to say thank you for being so kind to that woman. It truly shows what kind of person you are. I don't feel there is enough empathy or kindness in the world. The kindness might hit me a little different, being that I have a 91-year-old grandma. She lives about 2 hours from me in a rural area, and I'm unable to help her like she needs sometimes. There are a few people that do offer her a hand with her lawn, groceries, etc. So that's exactly why I wanted to help this woman. She seemed like she had nobody else to help her. Her house was a
Sweet
mess.
gesture.
Yeah,
Absolutely sweet gesture. It's the right thing. It's the right thing to do in that situation.
there was no other way to handle that other than to do that for her. If you'd have walked in that house, even though it was borderline unsafe with the one loose dog and the other one that if that cage opened up would have torn me apart. But I just said to myself, gotta risk it just for the sake of it, and I'm not going to say it was.
It's like when it's like going into 5 houses a day and access to the basement and all their crazy dogs and piss smelling houses and
that shit's crazy. I mean, it's a gamble when you never know what's going to happen when you're going into somebody else's house like that. I always worry too, like you never know.
Dogs around a little old lady that's alone. The dogs always seem to be a lot more protective of the old lady, and if the old lady's nervous, the dogs are just as nervous.
That's exactly, I think, what it was too. And I'm like, I feel a little bit weird even being like, hey, do you want me to do it? Because like, I forget I'm so big sometimes. Like I'm not big and giant and strong or whatever, but I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. I'm a larger human being than the average
Yeah.
person. So like, just standing in a doorway, I'm a little imposing to a little tiny old lady. So for her to be like, yes, come into my home, it made me be like, all right, this lady really needs my help. If she's willing to let just some random big ass dude just walk into her house, there's nobody else here clearly other than this little tiny collie who if I wanted to, I could have kicked and been fine. So it just tugged at my heartstrings, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I wasn't going for a bigger tip. That was I mean, 100%. I was hoping in the end I was going to get a bigger tip. She even said she was going to get me one, then didn't.
That's a normal feeling, dude. I go above and beyond for every customer. If their garbage cans are at the end of the driveway, I bring them up, and of course, I'm doing it to help the older people as well. But at the same time, I want that review. I want that extra $10 that they're going to give me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely,
there's an ulterior motive there.
You're right, but you're still doing a good thing, though, right? Is that awful?
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst feeling in the world, too? Like that actually, I don't know. I don't remember what situation came up in my head earlier today that made me think about that exact thing where it's like, I know exactly what it was. I was driving down the street on the way to a delivery, and there was a woman in her little in electric wheelchair. She came buzzed across the thing in front of me. She had her shopping bags hanging off the back of her wheelchair. And I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, boy, it looked kind of fun buzzing around in that little chair. Then she got over to the sidewalk. And she was literally going, slow down over ever.
Oh, yeah.
Not cruising along, like just going slow as fuck. And I was like, I said, universe or whatever's out there, help that lady. Just take care of that lady. She needs help. And then like, after the fact, my brain went, oh, that's nice that you did that. Maybe you'll get some good karma for that. And then I was like, that's not what's supposed to happen. You're not supposed to think that.
It's not the way.
That's not how this works, you psychopath. And I was like, but then I started thinking to myself, do you talk to, is this why people talk to like pastors and like fathers and stuff to like say, hey, I had this really nice thought, but then right after it, I had this horribly selfish thought. What's wrong with me? And I'm hoping that most pastors or fathers would be like, nothing. That happens to everybody. It's very normal. But I don't know. I felt
it's like doing a good deed and hoping that somebody sees you doing
it. Right. But yes, it was such a weird fucking thing, man. So weird. Angelina just gifted another Dumb Show membership, one of them this time, to Gabriella, who is a longtime listener and a big fan of the show as well. So thank you very much. Going back to that video before I get into the next thing, that pipe bomb video, Tyler says, I hope they use that video to train police in the future. Glad the officer didn't seem too hurt. Yeah, I agree. That was it. And, I kind of forgot to mention that when I got pulled over the other day, I mentioned how that cop kind of had some weird procedure stuff. Were you listening when I told that story?
You said you got pulled over for a right on red, but you didn't mention, I didn't hear you talk about the procedure stuff.
Yeah, I had Darla with me. He came up on the right side of the car, passenger side. Darla was going crazy.
When they do that.
Actually, well, he scared the shit out of me. I was expecting him to come up on the left, then he scared me, came up on the right. Darla went absolutely berserk barking at him. I rolled the window down, and Darla would not mellow out. And then he was like, well, let me come around to the other side. And as he started walking around the front of the car, I was like, no. And then but one hand wasn't visible. One hand was down, like I leaned onto my shifter with my left hand and put my right hand up and was like, no. She's just going to do it anyway. Because I didn't want her to jump out the window into the traffic. So I was like, just stay on this side while my hand was still down there. Now, he did this half walk into the front and then half walk to the back to that window. If I was a bad guy, while my hand was down on that shifter, while I'm going like this, getting his attention, as he came back to that window, bro, I could have plowed him or popped him if I was a bad guy. So the procedure there was kind of ugly. So that's actually one of the reasons I played that story. I just forgot to even bring that up. I'm a dipshit. But yeah, that was. I hope that. I mean, they got to use that as some sort of training. I mean, you see a pipe in a car when you.
First thing I said was, "What's that weird thing on the seat with the red and the white?"
Right. I think at that
If
point
I'm seeing that in a video, that's the first thing I'm looking at. Something that's right next to it that looks like a gun or something like that with a string on the end of it. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is that up here?
What is the? I mean, and also what else could that pipe be? And real quick too, I forgot to mention my favorite part of that video is at the end when the guy, the cops like fucking spitting all this shit
You got
out.
a fire extinguisher?
Yeah, you got a fucking fire extinguisher. Like, go fuck yourself. Let your fucking truck burn up, you fucking piece of trash. That's funny.
Meth's in the truck.
Say that one more time.
My meth's in the truck. You can't let the truck burn up.
That's a pretty good point. I mean, at that point, why don't you run? Grab the meth and just run at this point. I mean, you're already...
That dude looked fat as shit at the first 2 seconds of that video. That dude wasn't waddling nowhere.
He was fat as shit and wasn't waddling, and that actually brings me to my next...
I mean, he obviously wasn't using his supply. That's for sure. He was just flipping it.
That actually brings me to my next story, Mikey. Yeah, because meth guys are skinny.
Fat meth head.
Yeah, fat meth head. I get it. Today I did a fat person thing that where I did not want to waddle my fat ass and do something. I had to do a Doordash to a grocery store today. I went grocery shopping for somebody. There were no parking spots along the front of the grocery store, so I had to like park on the side of the store. I mean, there were like way off in the distance. There were some, but I was like, all right, the side of the store, a little shorter walk. So I go in, do the shopping, I come out. And when I get to my car, I realize there's no ramp to get the cart off. So it's just kind of on a sidewalk in front of my car, and there's no way for me to get the cart down unless I'm like lifting the cart down. There was like a thing of water in there, and I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. So I took everything out of the cart, put it in the car, and then I got in the car and left.
Left the cart.
Left the cart.
Nothing wrong with leaving the cart.
Well, Mikey, you're not the only person that feels that way. In fact, there's a woman who's gone viral. I don't know if
they pay people to do that. They pay people to pick up carts at stores. So that's their job to do.
It is a special job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a very special.
They wear special vests.
Yes, special job with special vests with people who are arguably very special themselves. So let me play this video for you, Mikey. I'd love to hear your reaction to this woman then, considering what you just said.
I'm not returning my shopping cart, and you can judge me all you want. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart. So if you're going to give me a dirty look, fuck off.
Ooh, fighting words. I have to say, I have not done this where I left a cart out I haven't done this since I was a fucking dumb, like, teenager, 20-year-old. I literally there's an Instagram account that I follow that I actually forgot to pull.
The dudes, the cart police?
The cart narcs.
Yeah.
I love cart narcs. I'm a big fan of cart narcs. They always, if you don't know the cart narcs, it's a guy who just walks around. It's actually a guy who worked for a radio show, the Woody Show. I actually met Woody when I worked on the old show when I went to San Francisco for the Barry Bonds thing. But anyway, this cart narc guy goes around and he busts people who don't take their cart back to the cart thing, and he's really silly about it. He walks up to the people. Fuck here, I'll just try to play a video. See if I can get this to work. I don't know if there'll be any sound.
That's not where the cart goes. That's the spot. Now it's harder for somebody, let's say you got a passenger door there. It's harder to open that up over there. Cart return, right, we just walked from one actually. It's right over there. Well, the engine has engaged, so I'll go with the Lazy Bones on board.
Oh yeah, he throws a magnet on their car.
See that right there?
Lazy Bones calls them Lazy Bones.
They're waving at him.
Now people lose their mind.
Well, yeah, I don't want the cart in the spot. You see how those two things work together?
What's up?
Oh, you left your cart in the spot over there. Oh. So now it's harder for somebody to like open their door when they park there? Well, you don't have to work here. That's the whole point. Oh, that's not what I want. Here, I'll get another one for you. Well, sir, I will not do that.
Oh shit! I hit the wrong button. Fuck, my bad.
Don't put them across, sir.
Don't leave your cart out, sir. See how that works? Sir, would you like to take your cart back? I won't do it if you put your cart back where it belongs. Cart return's over there.
For the people here?
I know, I work for the Cart Narcs. We're a highly trained, sexy organization of strong, powerful agents. Does it matter if I work there or not?
Please move the car.
Please move your cart.
That's not my car. That's their car there.
No, but you used it.
That's their car there.
Right, I know. They let you borrow it with the implied
Please move over, please.
contract. You
Just wants
you
you
know
to
you're
move
supposed to
over
put
so
in
they
the
can
cart returns,
pull
right?
straight out.
Says the signs at the cart returns.
What signs? I don't know
They say please return carts
What
here. You
signs,
see,
sir?
they say them all over the place.
Please move over my car, please.
Why do you think they have the cart returns, sir?
Oh yeah, here we go. Magged in his ass. Got him again.
See, I don't know what they think. Like, well, that's classic lazy bones / toddler response of yell, 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 talk, talk, talk. Now, sir. See, sucking mother effort. Now, sir, would you like to take your cart back? I got another one for you right here.
Sir.
Sir.
Call the police again.
What are you going to say to the police?
Move over, please. This is a private property. Move over.
Right, I'm sure that's right. And your
over,
cart
sir.
could hurt somebody
Sir,
else's
move-
private
please move
property.
over, please. Move
Please
over,
take your cart, please. Cart back, please.
Move over, please.
Take your cart back, please. Not
Get him on the
loco.
way out.
I
Get him
am
on the way
loco.
out. Get him on the way out.
Unloco? How do you say unloco? Sano? Sano? Sanus mentis?
I love-
Sans mentis?
My favorite is when he. I know, aren't those great? My favorite is when he'll get one when they're pulling off, and he'll fucking get the flip, and he'll get one to hit the back of the car, and
Little
it'll
frisbee
stick.
toss.
Yep, and he nails it, and they drive off with it stuck to the back of the car. It's one of my favorites. I love that so much. So,
I'm gonna throw a magnet on my hoopty. I'm gonna headbutt you.
That's the thing. Like, but well, I got to be honest with you, because I always put my thing back, and I love the cart narcs. There was a tiny part of me who was like, well, you should be putting it back. But then there was another part of me who was like, I wish the cart narcs were here to bust me. And I would be like,
'Cause we don't have like
you got
we
me.
don't have plastic bags here. We don't have plastic bags here or anything like that at grocery stores no more, so we can bring our own bags in. So I will leave my cart. I'll use the cart in the store, leave it right at the front door, and then carry 6 bags out to my car.
Yeah, I'll try to do that if I can. Well, dude, they changed that here, that rule to where they had no plastic bags anymore. So the craziest thing. So we had the shittiest fucking bags. Like those paper bags suck dick. Even the ones with the little.
You couldn't bring your own. You couldn't bring your own bags in.
Yeah, you can, but I don't need to anymore because the grocery store that I've been shopping at lately, the Giant Eagle that I mentioned the other day, where that stabbing happened, that Giant Eagle, they changed from the brown bags with the handles that would break off all the time to these weird biodegradable paper-ish bags that are really strong and sturdy. Not really strong and sturdy, but have handles. If you put too much weight in, they're gonna tear. But you can get more weight than those brown bags did. It was I'm such a nerd. I actually thanked one of the people at Giant Eagle. I was like, hey, I don't know who makes these decisions about these bags, but thank you. I don't think you realize what a difference it makes for people like me who got to carry this shit. I was such a fucking nerd about it, but it really is a big pain in the ass when the carrying, because you got to take 500 trips because you got to use 8,000 bags because you can't load them up. Those stupid, dumb bags. Fucking good job, Biden, with your stupid brown paper bags. Biden, way to go, brown bag Biden, motherfucker. I do have something that we might be doing with Biden a little bit later on. Real quick, I got to play this video. I am going to talk about the 1 year anniversary here in just a second. I do want to play this video, Mikey, and get your reaction. Oh, shit. You know what? I just remembered. I think this one is got... Hold on. Does this play or is it going to be fucked up audio? Hold on.
Okay, so I gotta tell you.
All right, fucked up audio. So
Nope, completely normal.
That's actually what she sounds like in real life. No, I'm just going to play the actual reel then. So it's going to look a little wonky on the screen here, but we'll just play that. So refresh and...
What I just got to say, what kind of toxic masculinity is this bitch going to be complaining about?
I was
No.
at,
Yeah, actually, it's interesting.
so I got to tell you what happened to me today. I was at Target in the Woodlands, Texas. I had my 3 kids with me, and we park. We go in. We're only in the store about 15 minutes, and we come out, and on right above my door handle in my window, there's a $100 bill. I said, I immediately froze. I've seen the reels. I saw a reel earlier that went viral this week with a shirt that was over a woman's mirrors, laced with fentanyl. She started to pass out. And this is a tactic used by cartels to traffic people. I immediately froze. I told my kids, I said, we're getting back in the store. They're like, why? And I was like, there's a $100 bill in my window. This is dangerous. Somebody is here. They have targeted us. Get back in the store. We go back into the store. I get the security guard, which made me feel incredibly safe. He had a little orange vest on, and I think he was shorter than me. He comes out with me. He calls another security guard. He is actually taller than me. They both come out to my car with me. And we're like, we're not touching that. They called their supervisor. One of them walked the lot to see if there was any $100 bills on anybody else's car. There were not. I was the only car. So I was like, I'm going back into Target. I'm calling my mom to pick me up. I'm waiting. I was in there for about 10 minutes, and the one security guard stood by my car. He was calling someone else to come check this out. They don't know if it was laced with something, whatever. And while he was doing that, a car pulls up to my car. A man jumps out, grabs the thing off my window and goes, relax, it's just a business card, hops in his car and speeds off. The security guard comes back into Target and he goes, we know who stuck the thing on your car. We're gonna check the cameras. But he ran up, got the thing and left. And he goes, that is so weird. He's like, I've never seen anything happen like this. You know what? I feel like I was targeted. I don't know, because obviously the man took the thing and he left. But why else would you put, it wasn't a business card. It looked like a fake $100 bill. Why else would you put that on a woman's window and wait? He clearly was watching as this unfolded. He was watching, and then he was probably scared when the security guards were there. He didn't want it to be traced back to him somehow. And so he went and snatched it off the window before any authorities showed up. So that's my take of it. I don't know. I could be overreacting, but I'm making this because I want people to be careful. That is so freaking scary to me. It seems like this is happening more and more, and I really, honest to God, never thought it would happen to me. So be careful. Okay, so I got to tell you.
Okay, where do we start here? Wet shoelaces. Great.
I am with the conspiracy theories.
Great comment right here. Nobody in America wants to be a victim as bad as middle-class white women. I don't know if that's in reference to your comment or the video that we just watched, but Jesus Christ. Is this actually a thing? Like, have you heard about this before, Mikey? Is this a conspiracy theory?
Is this the same thing as the person that lays under your car and slices your Achilles tendon when you go to get in?
Right. It's one of these weird urban legends that, you know, if somebody flashes you, don't flash them back because it's a gang member who's out for an initiation. They're going to chase you down and kill you. Like all these goofy, crazy initiation or urban legends that are around. Now there's one going.
Is ruining the world.
And why would first off, the fake $100 bills I have for my photo booth, like I have a big stack of them, like to make, you know, people make it rain and shit. People think they're real all the time until they really take a good look at it and there's pink Chinese letters on it, like hidden in there. So there's no way she'd be able to know that it was a fake $100 bill unless it was just literally a piece of paper printed out or something. Is it possible the guy is a weirdo and put a $100 bill on like a business card, like he printed it out, like he's an accountant?
Haven't you ever seen those before? Like you pick it up on the ground, you think that it's a $100 bill, and you turn it over and it says, "If you found Jesus."
Actually, no, I've never seen that before. That's a thing?
Oh my God, dude! I've picked up a few of them things before. It looked like a fucking folded up $100 bill on the ground. Turn it over and it's like, yeah, dude, it's like a fucking.
I wonder if it was something like
going to church.
I wonder if it was something like that then. That's weird. That's very strange. Because, I mean, well, maybe that would explain why it looked like a fake $100 bill. But why? I don't understand why anybody, what is the point of lacing a $100 bill with fentanyl, if that is what's going on?
Why would it anyways? Like, I'm sorry, but it ain't going through your skin of your fingers.
That was my next question. Is that now you've experienced with this? You've experienced that drug.
I've handled it. I'm sure I've touched my eyeballs with it. I'm sure I've touched and done everything with it. Nothing's happened. I'm still here.
I mean,
I've sniffed it. I've smoked it. I've injected it. What the fuck? Still not dead.
That's kind of what okay. Thank you for answering all the questions I was just going to ask you, because I was thinking to myself, if there's anybody who knows what would happen if you have direct contact with it, you know, touching your skin or getting in like mucous
I
membranes
guess
like
if
your
it's, like,
nose.
straight like carfentanil or something like that, and stuff like that, like in a really concentrated dose. But like, like what's your end game? To have
That's
somebody grab it, overdose right there, and die? Like,
That's exactly what I was saying. I have no idea what the point of anybody doing that would be. Like, was it to like make the mom pass out when she touched it, and then like you come up and steal the kids or something? Like, what other fucking stupid, what could that possibly be? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. And by the way,
probably a pimp trying to solicit her anyways, but it wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? It was not laced with nothing.
I forgot that I was going to play a video right here, but I lost it. So never mind. We're not going to play that video here. So anyway, you know what we're going to do? Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the 1 year anniversary of Another Dumb Show, and we'll get into we'll get into that when we come back from the break. So real quick before we do that, I do see a message from No Fear. He says, also check your kids' Halloween candy for drugs. All the drug dealers in my neighborhood love to give out drugs for free, but only during trick or treat.
Yeah, dude. There's a bunch of kids that live in my apartment complex. I want to hand out edibles next year.
Oh God, don't do that. Oh my God, dude, that'd be horrible.
Oh, there's going to be 2 bowls, one for adults and one for kids. That's edibles to the adults. I'm going to hand out candy to the kids.
It'll be legal, I guess. Can you do that? Can you just hand weed to another person? It's recreational. I guess you can hand a beer right to somebody. So yeah, I just saw a news story today that all the recreational they're getting ready to start opening things up here pretty soon. So pretty pumped about that. Vanilla Charlie says, never underestimate a random attack. It just happened in North Homestead with that kid being stabbed. Yeah, I did talk about that yesterday. That was pretty crazy. That's a sad story.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I don't want to end on a sad note with that. That sucks. Remember, second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. We're going to take a break a little bit early. We'll come back. We'll talk about some fun stuff that's going to be going on. Get your drinky poo on. Send your kids in the other room. Give them a $100 bill laced with fentanyl. Tell them that it's safe to play with. No, I'm kidding. Don't ever do anything like that. I would never. That was the only thing I could think of. I was like, what else did we talk about?
Yeah, don't let your kids near your drugs. It's a waste.
Oh, yeah. Let them find, give them 2 things to pick from. If they can pick from a $100 bill, maybe it's laced with fentanyl. You could give them a pipe. Maybe it's a pipe bomb. Whatever you think would be best for them, you just throw it in that room, close the door behind them while you get your drinky drink on and your mokey moke on, and we'll be right back with the second hour of Another Dumb Show. Sit tight. Hang on. Helps when you turn your microphone on. Hello, 1 year later, still forgetting to turn my mic on. 2 years later, technically, still forgetting to turn my fucking mic on. But it is the 1 year anniversary of the reboot of Another Dumb Show. People call it 2.0, whatever. For those of you who are new to the show, don't know the whole history of how the show, why we call it 2.0 or whatever, I'll give you a brief little rundown. So a couple of years ago, I started the show with a couple of guys at a gaming lounge. One guy really, and then they had a buddy who helped out too as well. Did lots of work for the show. It was very helpful. Larry and Lou. It went good for, I would say, about 25 episodes. Then it kind of started to get a little weird for a little while. And I'll welcome Mikey back too real quick. What's up, dude? How are you? Welcome back.
What's up, buddy?
Chilling. So just saying hi. It ended up, things got a little weird. Then one of the guys went out of town. There was a flood in the studio while he was out of town. Then there was a fallout between him and I after that. Don't need to get into all the details of it because I technically cannot. But safe to say things didn't work out at that studio, and I needed to make some changes in order to keep the show going. And I spent a lot of time looking for a new studio. I had, 2 or 3 different options. A couple of them were too far, and the other one was just too expensive. So it was just not feasible to do it from another studio at that point, based on, the income, what I knew it was going to make and all that kind of stuff. So I took a while off from the show, cut ties with the people from the first go round, and I actually was at a loss for a little while about how I was going to get this up and running again, because I just didn't have, I have my DJ laptop and I got like a Surface and some other stuff, but I didn't have quite enough to put a studio together. So I had a conversation with my dad about the whole thing, and he said, well, I have all this insurance money from my motorcycle accident, so why don't I help you out? I'll get you a computer, and if you need anything other like peripherals, let me know and we'll get those for you. So he was kind enough to purchase a pretty powerful computer for me, even though it fucking breaks all the time. It's a pretty powerful computer, believe it or not. It does quite a bit, but I'm always pushing the limits of my graphics card. Might just need a new graphics card one of these days, but outside of that, the computer runs like a champ for the most part. Very thankful that I was able to get that from him. Man, it really picks up that vape for some reason when you're away from.
Does it really?
Yeah, it makes this weird noise and it starts playing me back. I don't know why it's doing it. It's a really weird thing. So it doesn't matter. Vape away.
It must activate the microphone or something, and it picks up. I'm guessing. I don't know.
That might be what it is. Either way, I don't give a fuck. I'm just letting you know. Vape away. My dad was kind enough to help me out. Old Papa Struts that's why we've called the new studio here Studio Struts. I built a studio in my living room. I don't know. I could probably give you guys let me pull this camera up over here, and I can kind of give you guys have maybe seen a view of it in like a YouTube short I did one time, but
yeah, you did a YouTube short of building it and taking it down.
Yeah, so you could kind of get an idea, and I'll just cut to this for a sec so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I look at right now. So this is what I look at every day. This is my view right here. There's my little switcher. I got views up there, all that kind of stuff. I got a big TV over here to monitor that, my lights, and there's my camera. So you guys see there's a little insight or behind the scenes is kind of what this looks like here as I do it. So, not horribly elaborate. Mikey's been here. You can put somebody on the chair, give them a microphone, and everything seems to work for the most part. It was a little wonky. I think some of the sound, there's some kinks that need to be worked out, but I know when Mikey comes in next week, we'll probably definitely do some live stuff, and then also record some things as well, I believe. So that should be a lot of fun. And I decided that, kind of go back a little bit where I left off. So Dad hooked me up the studio. I built the studio here. I had to train myself on how to do video broadcast. And use the software that runs it all. So I spent about 6 months doing that because I knew radio. I didn't know video. You know what I mean? I didn't know TV broadcasting or video broadcast necessarily, even streaming. You know, I knew how to stream, pull out my phone and stream or whatever, but to put a show together with boxes, and, yeah, like this, do everything you guys are looking at, I had to learn how to teach myself how to do. So I did, and I contacted Mikey and said, hey, I'm thinking about rebooting the show, and I'd love to have you come hang out with me and do it. Don't think either of us are going to get rich anytime soon doing it, but who knows? Maybe we'll catch an algorithm and we'll take off. You never know. And having said that too, I'm always looking to expand the show because there's times where Mikey can't be on. So it would be great if we had somebody who might be interested in being either an alternate or a permanent third voice. It'd be great to get a female voice on, I think. Mikey leans pretty hard right, I'd say. He says he's a libertarian now, but I would say he leans pretty to the little bit more conservative and
right-leaning libertarian
with some hardcore,
very right-leaning.
Yeah, with some hardcore
falling over leaning.
Yes, but with some hardcore left-leaning conspiracy theories though, mixed into that whole thing though. So an interesting dynamic if we were to add somebody to the show who might, because I'm kind of moderate, I'm kind of in the middle, I'm wishy-washy, I'm purple, I go back and forth. So it'd be nice to maybe throw in a third voice who maybe leans a little bit left, is female, that'd be nice. Or, it doesn't have to be a female, but it would just be nice to have a female's opinion when we're talking about sex and relationships and stuff.
If we're talking about leaning that way, let's not gender them already, you know what I'm saying? It might be Zimzers or some bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm pansexual when it comes to a co-host. You could be whatever gender you want. You could be whatever you are. They, them, whatever. I would love to fucking have a trans person as that would be great. I would be fine with that. You're a trans person. You want to be on the show? Fucking let me know. I'd love it. Oh, by the way, the phones. I would say call in right now. The phones are still down. There is some sort of like mix up with when I actually paid for the service. And so they're trying to tell me that my subscription ran out. And I said, yo, Yam, here's the invoice. I paid for it on July of last year. It's June. So tell them, listen here, you right cunt, and do what I take. I know they are British, so I should call them. You can get away with calling them a daft cunt and all that kind of stuff, But I think cunt's actually it's like here that's a major slam, but there I think you call somebody, oh, you a bit of a cunt, huh? It's kind of like a friend. Term of endearment. Term of endearment. Yeah. He's a right cunt. Anyway, so we rebooted. Mikey agreed to come hang out with us. I rebooted the show. We started back up. I did a couple test issues. I don't know. Did you do a couple test runs with me and everything?
I think so.
Yeah. So, having said that, let me back up to the phones real quick. So I'm going to be needing to re-up the phone. So make sure you get your superfan donations in. Make sure you get your memberships re-upped because the phones are quite expensive. And with the ticket I just got and rent and everything being due and whatnot, it's not exactly in the cards right now to renew the phone. So make sure you guys, especially Curious George, you call the most. So make sure you get your donations in so I can get those phones back up and running. So
$5 a question moving forward, George.
That's right. He could just pay for the phones and then he could just sit on hold all day and just be ready to go with another. We'll just leave him sitting and then he goes, well, Dumb, I have a question about that. That would be fine with me. I have offered George if he wanted to come hang out and just give him a V-Mix, come chill with us. I don't think he wants to do that. But I've made it clear to him anytime he wants to do that. Yeah, anytime he wants, he's got an open invitation to do that for sure. So, I usually just need to know a little bit ahead of time so I can make sure everything's set up for it. But so, okay, Mikey is in. We rebooted the show June 5th, or what are we on? June 5th, right? June 5th of last year, we went live. We went live with issue number, hold on, I'll tell you in a second here. I believe it was 46, if I'm not mistaken. Mikey, do you remember what number we started on? You're just like, was I even on those shows? If you had to guess, okay, so let me get back to hold on one sec. Let me get to. I'm cutting back. I'm going through all the issues where we brought everything back around. I think it was. So it looks like we came back with issue number soft relaunch. Oh, it was 40. Issue number 40 is when we came back on June 5th of last year. So since then we're up. Now we're up to 215. So where do you think you stopped remembering? Where do you think you started using? Like on what number do you think? If 40 is where we started, what do you think you made
So
it to?
wait, we started in June.
June 5th of last year. So 1 year ago today.
I was dabbling already.
Oh, really? So you were already okay. So when people were kind of pointing it out,
I was dabbling like once a month for 2 days, because I got an old man that gets an actual RX. So he would hit me up and be like, "I got these cheapies," and I'd be like, "All right, I can handle 2 days at a time." So it was, every 30 days, it would be 2 days
party
of having some fun.
Yeah, a little party for yourself.
It didn't get bad probably until 70, between 75 and 100.
Probably is when you like really things went downhill and you don't even like remember being on and shit like that. Like just it's a total blur. Or...
Right near the end of the relationship, and yeah, I hit the ground running when the relationship ended.
Okay. All right. Well, I was interested to find that out. So, okay. So we made it from 40 to 215. Mikey was out for a minute. Mikey made it back. Mikey seems to have, I think you've turned the corner here for the most part. You seem to be, you're sober. You're not using the, by the way, yesterday you mentioned that you don't take SSRIs, and we kind of just glossed over. What exactly are those, by the way? Is that depression medication or like anxiety medication?
Yeah, that's the Zoloft.
Okay, all right. So, what is that serotonin? SSRI stands for what? Selective serotonin reuptake.
Selective serotonin re-up something inhibitor or something.
Inhibitor.
Like that.
Okay, it's some weird ass thing.
Something like that. I mean, I guess Google could probably tell us if any of the words I got are just correct.
Yeah, I don't care.
I think serotonin is correct.
Okay, I know definitely serotonin's in there. I just wasn't sure. It's like reuptake inhibitor, I think is what it is. So something like that. I got a message from Bubbles Alive.
All I can tell you, and as soon as I've stopped now and I've been off of them, remember how I talked about like my libido was gone? I don't watch porn no more. That shit's stupid. I've been on a fucking tear.
All right, he's back at it. Just squirt video after squirt video after squirt video. Just wiping it down. That's funny. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that, man. It makes you feel like a man again.
Libido's back.
Dude. Hell yeah, bro. Good for you. That makes me happy to hear. Look out, Rochester women. Mikey's back on the prowl. So we have been back on the prowl for the last year, and I think we've had a good time. We've had some good fun with the Mikey's McDonald's challenge and the Taco Bell challenge. A lot of fun eating challenges. Again, that's the part of the thing that frustrates me a little bit with the that was the great thing about the old studio. It was big. We could do all kinds of goofy, crazy stuff in here. Here, I'm limited by what sort of stunts I could do and things like that. So a lot of times it's just limited to whatever I can do right in front of me here in front of the camera. You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's eating challenges.
Yeah, you don't have the extra person with a camera. You don't have the extra setup.
Exactly. So yeah, it's literally not I have a very small house. My neighbor next door is nuts. So if I tried to go do like my neighbors like next to me are very cool. Like if I went out in my backyard and started doing all kinds of weird, goofy stunts or something, they would probably be okay with it. It's the lady behind me who would pitch a fucking fit. And I'd probably, if I went outside and tried to do the red, white, and bruised that we did with we tried to redo that here in July in my yard with fucking paintballs or something, it would be the fucking end of the world. She would fucking she'd lose her fucking mind. And we probably wouldn't even be able to duplicate that with cameras outside and everything like that. But that kind of leads me to the 1 year anniversary of Another Dumb Show. And people had asked me, what do you have planned for the 1 year anniversary? Now, if you're a fan of Dumb, if you know Dumb, and you know me, if you've been listening or watching me or anything for a while, I am always behind when it comes to anniversaries, holidays, anything like that. In fact, you'll remember when I was on the show, we did a thing for Halloween with the bobbing for apples and honey and all that. We did that a couple days after Halloween because I hadn't thought of it until a couple days after Halloween because I didn't think of anything before Halloween. Which leads me to today. I had actually spent some time trying to come up with some ideas. And again, going back to what you just talked about with the medication, I think the medication I take has affected my creative spark and my creative juices a little bit. So I have to really, really sit down and try to think about stuff to try to come up with new things to do, especially considering, I'm used to having like, okay, we can do this in the studio. We have room to do the XYZ. You know what I mean? So I'm still learning how to change things up and do things a little bit differently. But I said to myself, you know what? Unfortunately, that's just never going to work the way I want it to. We'll never be. I have to think.
For the anniversary, we're gonna go live and go mushroom for mushroom until whoever blacks out first.
I might be okay with that down the road. That is not my plan. But I do have a plan that does involve us. I mean, that might be fun to do for our members only. Like if we just, we started in one day and then we just popped them until either I couldn't handle being live anymore or you couldn't handle being live anymore or whatever. That actually would be really fun. YouTube would let us.
We could bounce back and forth between the all natural version and the paper version.
We would have to. I've never done that. I've never done that before. I'm actually I'm a little afraid to do that. I'm a little afraid to hippie flip. I don't know why. I just something about
the fear is what should drive you to want to do it more.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Embrace the darkness.
Yeah, I don't know why that makes me freak out a little bit. I think it's because one's unnatural and one is natural.
Mushrooms pull the demons from your soul. The mushrooms pull the demons from your soul, and the acid actually gives them a life.
Let you see them. That's
so
fun.
It's really fucked up.
You're not helping us try to get B1 to boom with us, bro. You're not doing any service for that. But so going back to what I was saying about needing to kind of think outside of the box, I think I'm going to have to do things outside of the studio in order to try to have some more fun. So that leads me to what I want to do for the 1 year anniversary. It's something I want to do outside of the studio, so it obviously isn't going to happen tonight. But it is something that I would like to hopefully maybe do when you're here, but it will all depend on the boom situation. Again, we'll talk about that off air and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily have to be next weekend, but next weekend would be good because it fits in the timeline. And I could potentially do it this weekend. I just have my boys with me this weekend. And the thing I have planned is going to be a bit of it's embarrassing. My most embarrassing story is obviously what happened to me. Well, maybe what Nads did to me. That might be the most embarrassing to some people. I thought that was hilarious. I just thought it was funny. Everybody thinks, because I asked B1 the other day, I said, what do you think the craziest thing I've ever done was? Because I think we watched something on TV and people were talking about crazy stuff.
It's for sure that, dude.
Well, she goes, well, what do you think it is? And I said, well, I wanted your guess first. And she goes, Nad's taking a crap on your chest. And I went, oh, I forgot about that one. And she's like, what? And I go, that was silly and goofy to me. I know that sounds so ridiculous, but it was so...
I don't know. I still don't know how this day he was able to pull that off given the state of where he was at.
Oh, it was gray and looked like clay, dude. It was
so but like to be able to go to the bathroom, like when I was using, dude, it was every 21 days, every 26 days I'm going to the bathroom.
Well, now in hindsight, we know why he was so freaked out about it and why he didn't think he was going to be able to. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, I didn't know he was that freaked out about it.
Yeah, he didn't think he was going to be able to perform. My answer, and Disaster says, the worst is when I put my balls on your forehead. Doogie did that. What did I do? What did I do with your balls? Did I get teabagged by you? Did I get a Roman soldier from? I don't even remember. There's so many crazy fucking things I did. But mine, the thing that was the craziest to me was the sandpaper slip and slide. To me, that stands out. You know, cactus soccer and that are right up there with each other.
Because those had the two longest lasting effects as well.
Still have cactus needle in my foot that just will not come out. It's still in there. Well, I think there's a couple in there, to be honest with you. The real thin, fine ones that just will not come out no matter what I do. So, my most embarrassing story though, for me outside of, because again, it's not really that embarrassing getting crapped on because I thought it was funny. It's more about crapping on myself. My biggest, most embarrassing moment of my life is when I went to play college football and I had to do that fitness test and I shit myself during the fitness test. So I think I am due for a redemption to try again to eat the same amount of eggs that I ate before, because that's what caused me before. I was so nervous about this fitness test because I was so out of shape, just like I am now. I was so
you got
out of
to get
shape.
the right eggs though.
Well, that's trust me, I've already thought about that. I got to get my hands on some. I believe they're powdered eggs. That you make. That's how they make the whole big bins of those in a cafeteria. Now, if you don't, I'm sure most of you heard the barnyard story, but I'll give you the short version of it. I went to play college football. When I got there was a fitness test. I'd spent the whole summer smoking weed before that test, so I was really nervous. I was out of shape. When I'm nervous, a lot of times I will stress eat. I went to the cafeteria before this fitness test. We had breakfast scheduled. I went there, and instead of just having a nice, a couple pieces of toast, maybe some bacon, maybe an egg, just to give myself a little bit of energy, I scooped a mound of fucking scrambled eggs onto a plate, a whole mound of them. And I wish I could.
Protein.
I love those shitty eggs. I love them. They're great. You throw, and I leave out, I probably ate a bunch of links of sausage too. I probably had the eggs are just what I know did it because of the smell. And the smell I'm talking about is after the cafeteria, after breakfast, I went out for the fitness test. Fitness test is, and this is important for the redemption, is you stand on the end zone line, the back line of a football field. So you run then to the next goal line and back. So it's 110 yards. Why they didn't make us do 120, I don't know. But it was 110 yards, the length of the football field plus one end zone. And you had to do that 16 times. And they would time you, and you had to get in under a certain number to pass the fitness test. And if you didn't, you would have to work your ass off until you finally got in shape enough to do this fitness test. So
that's a lot of running.
I had a sprained ankle too. I hurt my ankle at the end of my senior year. I never rehabbed it right. It was all fucked up. And so I knew that was going to be fucked up too. So I'm just a mess doing this. And we all are wearing the same outfit, a mess meaning nervous. And we're all wearing the same outfit. We have a gray top on, gray shirt, gray pants, like you would do in the old gym days, like gymnasium. We'd have to wear the outfit for gym. Did you have to wear that, Mikey, where they'd give you'd have to wear a t-shirt and shorts for gym?
Yeah, I used to bring my own from home, but it was never like a uniform.
Yeah, we had a uniform in my school, and it was like just the boring heather gray, just that like gray top, gray bottom. They had like some print on it that said Chagrin Falls, and the school I was at said Malone. So I was wearing these grays. I had white socks on and some cleats. The girl with the stopwatch says 3, 2, 1. At about 2, I start to feel a rumble in my tummy, and I got bubble guts, hardcore bubble guts. She gets to 3. I go to push off to go sprint. Just squirt straight down my leg. I feel it literally go right down the inside of my thigh, across my knee, down my calf, and I actually feel it pool on my sock. I just immediately take off running the rest of the way, and probably every 5 to 10 yards, another squirt. Just sprinting along. I make it the 110 yards. My leg and my sock is just covered with shit. Apparently, for whatever reason, it liked the right side. It just went down the one leg, and so just covered my one leg. So in my genius move, I run over from the. It had been raining. The field was all wet and muddy. I said to myself, I have to cover up this shit somehow. I can't just let this happen. So and Amanda says, hey, Dom, how bad did you smell? Absolutely putrid. It smelled like sulfur, like eggs, because that's what I was shitting out, were all the eggs I'd just eaten. It was just pure sulfur smell. And I could smell it, and I knew I was covered with shit on my ass, on my shorts, on my leg, and my pants, and my socks. So I said, I'm going to go run and sit in a mud puddle and fake a sprained ankle, which I wasn't really faking because it was all fucked up. So, but I was really doing it just to cover up the shit. Trainer comes over. This poor woman's, right by my fucking ankle that's all fucked. It's my right ankle is the one that's hurting. It's the one that's covered in shit. So she's like, what hurts? And I'm an idiot and say, oh, my right ankle. So she's just fucking manipulating my sock and my ankle and everything.
Oh, touching the shit.
Touching the
She's
shit
got
and
poop on her
everything.
hands.
And she doesn't say a fucking word about it, but of course, the word spreads. She tells everybody behind my back. Later on at one of the two-a-days in a later session, I'm walking out and the guys behind me, all the seniors, start making fun of a guy named Barnyard who shit his pants at the fitness test and then sat in a puddle. And obviously they were talking about me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm pretty sure I quit later on that day. And that was the end of my college football career. So I'm due for a redemption, Mikey. So I think when you come into town, we're going to find a field. What we'll do is we'll get the eggs all made. I have hot bags that I have for my door dashing so we can make the eggs. I did have to walk from a cafeteria over to the field. So, we'll kind of reenact that walk a little bit. And then we'll get to the field and we will see, I'll eat all the eggs and then we'll do the walk. And then we'll see if I can do it without shitting my pants.
You're going to go 16 times?
I will definitely not make it 16 times, but
You're just looking to make the full 100 yards without shit.
Making the 100 yards without shitting is the goal, number one. But number two, I will try to continue to go as long as I can if I don't shit. And I will run out of breath probably by 50 yards. And I'll probably end up walking the last, 60 yards of it for the first run, to tell you the truth. I'll do my best to sprint for a minute and then jog as long as I can until I have to walk, because I might have a heart attack. I'm fucking 46 and totally out of shape. I smoke 12 blunts a fucking day. I mean, there's no fucking, my lungs are shot. I have coughing fits every morning. I'm fucked. There's no way I'm going to be able to do it. But the goal is to see how long I can go, either without shitting myself or with shitting myself. Maybe I shit on the walk over this time. Maybe I don't shit on the first push off. Maybe I shit all the way to make it at the final thing. So we need to set it up to where we'll probably do most of it. I think we should probably pre-record it because it's going to take a long time. We maybe go, and then we could also go live too, maybe members only, depending on how many sets of hands we have. So I might be looking for some volunteers who might want to help out with it, maybe hold a camera. Which is like a phone, basically. So shoot me an email if you're interested in that, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Amanda just said, Dumb, I would love to help you with this. There you go, right on time. So Gabriella wants to know, is Mikey going to do this too? Mikey, would you like to part? I feel like we'll definitely need several sets of hands if Mikey is going to do it with me.
Dude, I'll eat a bunch of eggs and sprint 100 yards. I'm not going to shit myself, but I'll run till I puke all over the place.
You don't think, dude, those powdered eggs are no joke. And the amount of them that I ate, I don't think you realize how many I ate.
I mean, I guess I can't say shit because I did shart this morning on my couch before I went to work.
What the fuck? Before you went to work? That's the worst because you got to
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
call. I'm gonna be late.
I fucking woke up. I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, like wide awake because I passed out early last night. And I was like, all right, I'll start watching Dune. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like 6:00, and I let one rip, and I was like, son of a bitch. Had to waddle around the couch to the fucking bathroom. It was bad.
What did you eat last night that would have you in the morning sharding?
Nothing crazy. No, really nothing crazy. All I had was ham sandwiches yesterday.
Do you want to hear the fat guy move I pulled last night?
I've just actually had a lazy moment, and it was a fat guy move like 20 minutes before the show, but let's hear yours.
Oh, dude. I found a restaurant that does, they're open really late, and they do all day breakfast. So I could get sausage, biscuits, and gravy and scrambled eggs anytime I want now, which is pretty awesome for me. And it's pretty good. I ordered it last night. It's pretty good. But that wasn't enough, Mikey. I also noticed that this place has all kinds of stuff, including pizza. So I ordered what they call stuffed cheese breadsticks, which was essentially just a cheese stromboli that they cut in half, basically.
Yeah.
But without the ricotta, just a bunch of fucking provolone and mozzarella in there. So I had two biscuits, sausage, gravy, 2 scrambled eggs, and then I ate an entire, and this was a large pizza folded in half. This was fucking huge. And then I ate the entire thing of that, along with, I ordered some breaded mushrooms. I couldn't quite finish the breaded mushrooms, but I did have a handful of those. So pretty impressive fat guy meal last night.
I've been eating my feelings today. I got out of work at like 2:30. I ate 2 leftover cheeseburgers that I had. That wasn't enough. Then there was 2 chicken salad sandwiches. And then I fell asleep for like 35, 40 minutes. And then I woke up and ordered a medium veggie pizza and a large order of jalapeno poppers that I ate almost all of it. There's like 2 slices of pizza left and 2 poppers left for after the show.
All right, good for you. I'm not sure.
But my lazy thing was, dude, how often does your phone die? Does your phone ever die?
It actually died yesterday. It was the first time I let it die in a long time. My cat chewed up my one cord, my good cord. I have a USB-C to USB-C, and they chewed up that good cord. So I have like old cords that aren't like ultra fast charging. They're like shitty chargers. So, and I have like, well, one that's decent and one that's shitty. So I try to keep the good one upstairs, and I use that when I go to bed. And I use the shitty one down here, but they're on the other side of the room, the plug that I need to use, so I can't reach my phone. So I'm like, fuck. I end up kind of letting it get real low a lot of times. And then I end up,
because I've done it 3 days in a row now where the charger is sitting like the cord is at my left foot right now. I literally have to do this to get the cord and lean back and plug my phone in. 3 days in a row now, my phone has just died in the middle of like watching it at 1%, going, I should grab my charger. And then sit there for 5 minutes without the phone, plugging it in or anything on until I really want to plug it in. So like 3 days in a row, this has happened. I just let it die, and I just sit there and I contemplate whether or not I want to plug it in.
Why not just get up and go plug it in and sit next to it while it charges, and just use it?
I don't even have to get up. That's the thing.
Oh, so what
I have to lean to pick it up.
We just zoned out?
No, I literally know that the cord is there, and I literally don't want to do the half a fucking sit-up to get it.
Mike, did you have long COVID? Do you think that's what it is? Are you experiencing side effects from the vaccine?
No, perhaps? I think I'm just transitioning to my true form, a lazy fat piece of shit.
There's nothing wrong with that. I've done pretty well being a lazy fat piece of shit. So I used to be a 400-pound piece of garbage, Mike. You don't forget that. Real quick, I will come back to what I just said about long COVID. But I do have something that I noticed in the chat. Nugget Man has been a member for so long that his emoji has moved to the Captain Content emoji. Now, he is the only one that has one of those. That is a hardcore Team Dumb Ultimate fan. So I got to give my flowers to my man Nugget Man. So thank you so much for supporting the show for as long as you have, dude. So seeing that emoji, that was pretty cool. I was like, because the emojis change the longer you're a member. Yeah, so to see that emoji pop up was pretty cool for me because I was like, man, I can't wait to start seeing those Captain Content emojis pop up. So yeah, the longer you remain a member, the emojis change, and that's like one of the longest ones you could have at this point. So pretty fucking cool, actually. Appreciate it very much, Nugget Man. Let's see here, Mikey. We were just talking. I just asked if you had long COVID. Now, you guys remember COVID, right? Do you remember COVID? Everybody remember COVID? I think everybody remembers COVID. That was when they
fake
locked us down.
Cold that spread around to a bunch of people.
Yeah, they locked us down for the well, I mean, it killed millions of people. So, you know, whether arguably there other things that they had going on is what killed them because of COVID, but I would argue maybe many of those people wouldn't have died had we not had a pandemic. They would have died in 5 years versus, 2 years ago or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is, Mikey, I think that the pharmaceutical companies and the government were like, we made a lot of fucking money during that pandemic.
No shit.
We told a story yesterday about people defrauding the government for $500 million. I think that the pharmaceutical companies made considerably more than that with the vaccine and, the boosters and all that stuff. And I'm not like an anti-vaxxer. I got my tube, I got my one, and then I got my booster. And I had COVID after that, and it seemed to be a little bit less than it was the first time I had it. So maybe the vaccine did help me. But on the other hand, I feel like I might have some of the leftover, some of the side effects of it are because I've been, and again, I don't know if it's the medication I take or not, but I've had massive lethargy over the past couple of years. Very lethargic, I felt. A lot of lack of energy, fatigued. I'm also getting older. So it could, all these things could just be coincidental. But it does all seem to coincide with when COVID happened. I didn't really have a cough before. My lungs didn't fucking feel the way they feel now. And again, I've been smoking longer. I've been getting older. Everything changes. But I feel like my body did either age more or was affected by COVID and or the vaccine. So having said that, have you seen the new reason that they're going to start locking people up, Mikey?
No, let's hear it now.
The World Health Organization warns a new strain of bird flu has jumped from animals to humans with potential for...
There's already like 2 cases of it in Texas, 3 cases in Texas.
A man in Mexico, 59 years old, just tested positive before dying from it. So it is now spread from the United States in multiple states. They're claiming it has a, quote, potential for high public health impact. So that is the new thing that we're dealing with now.
Best way to stop an election is to institute martial law.
Wow. Now, do you think that could be a reason why they would do something like that to stop the election?
Fucking shit. Everyone gets to vote from home and everyone's dead fucking liberal fucking relatives get 3-4 votes mailed in. And the 8 to 10 million illegals in the country get to fucking mail in their ballots. Come on.
That is pretty crazy to think about the fact that all those illegal... Well, anyway, go back to this. Here's a map of the states right now where they have confirmed cases of HPAI or HPAI, which is the bird flu in domestic livestock. So I'd like to see... Oh, God, dude. Oh, my God. This is what it looks like when you get it. Whoa, that's what my eyes look like all the time.
I was about to say what they do. They just bought 1,000 milligrams of edibles.
I was going to say that seriously. If I look to the right now, because I have this like thing on my eye, I guarantee you that's what my eye looks like right now.
That's me at 4:25 p.m. every day.
Anyway, so that is the new thing. Michigan farmer was the 3rd American to be infected with the H5N1 bird flu. But this is a new strain of it, Mikey. that has jumped to humans now, and they're worried that this one is going to be more. It's got a potential for high public health impact, and that's according to the
I want to know
World.
what Fauci says to do. That's what I'm following through this.
Now there's a lot going on with Fauci right now too. I was listening to Joe Rogan, and I always take whatever he says with a grain of salt when it comes to any vaccine stuff or anything like that, because he got kind of
He had Tony on today.
Yeah, I watched it. It was good. And I got to go watch the second half of it because I started working and stopped paying attention. But they did bring it up.
I haven't watched it yet. I got too busy on YMH with Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker.
Well, it does come up in that the vaccine and the virus and all that stuff, and Fauci, and Rogan did mention a little bit more about Fauci, how I guess there was some Fauci had deleted a bunch of emails when it came to Fauci disadvised advisor who deleted emails. Fauci faces congressional committee over COVID emails. So he's facing. Here's Anthony Fauci distances himself from advisors' cover-up. So of COVID origin emails. So the origin of COVID, nobody was real sure what it was, whether it was that Wuhan lab, where a bat or some other whatever other animal. What was the other? The pangolin or whatever the fuck the other one they said it was. Pangolin. They said somebody ate those or they got tainted somehow with water or whatever. But then now it's kind of come out that it was actually created in a lab, and there was a leak from the lab. And it seems like there was some sort of cover-up to prevent the public from knowing about it. This guy named, let's see here. I'll read just the headline. Dr. Anthony Fauci distanced himself from his former advisor, Dr. David Morens, during his congressional testimony on Monday, repeatedly denying that he had any involvement in or knowledge of Morens' efforts to evade transparency by conducting official business on his personal email account. So instead of using Department of Health email accounts or whatever, or National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases accounts, the guy, him and Fauci apparently were using private emails to discuss the origins of COVID-19. And there were some deleted emails involved with it. Trying to understand it. It's a little hard to understand, to be honest with you. Morens, who served as Fauci's senior advisor during his time leading the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, used his private email account to discuss the origins of COVID-19 with EcoHealth Alliance president Peter Daszak, and then deleted the related correspondence, according to emails released last month by the House Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic. The series of emails shows Morens was concerned about the correspondence being made public via the Freedom of Information Act. Fauci denied any knowledge or involvement in his advisor's actions. So the advisor, the guy who tells him stuff, advises him on things, he had no idea what that guy was up to, huh? So, what's his name? Fauci claims that, to the best of his knowledge, he has never conducted official business using personal emails. So, it kind of goes back to, remember, the Hillary thing. You know what I mean? Doing things outside of the scope of your government or business or whatever, not foundation, but whatever group you're working with, and the whatever committee you're on or whatever, who has a special like National Institute of Health email or whatever. If you start doing your emails on your personal email because you don't want your boss, or in this case, the public, to find out about it, because when anything in the government is done, eventually you can do a Freedom of Information Act and get all that information. You use your personal email to try to hide it and cover it all up. So you can just delete it and hopefully they don't go checking for it. So it's pretty suspect. I got to be honest with you. It looks real bad. It looks real bad. So we could be fucked, Mikey. There could be a new pandemic that they're gonna fuck us over with. So you ready for that? You gonna stay at home this time?
There ain't nobody that's fucking locking down this time.
What do you think would happen if they tried to do that? Do you think there would be just a mass revolt and people would be like, fuck you, we're going wherever we want?
People, they ain't people. There are nobody closing their business. There ain't shit happening. A bunch of liberals are going to hide in their houses and wither away to nothing watching CNN, and the rest of the world's going to go on and live their life.
I just saw a comment in here in the chat from Ron. Ron says, never taking another vaccine. Perfect health and first COVID shot killed me in 8 months. Killed him. He's alive and talking now. He said he had a heart attack, no second shot ever, or bird flu. He said, I died, but EMTs brought me back. Damn, this is when I wish I had this is when I wish the fucking phones were working, God damn it.
Yeah, for real.
Bitch, I'm pissed off. I'd love to hear more about that story. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. That sucks. But it's really
glad to talk about it.
It's really not as bad. Oh, by the way, real quick, I did see Scarf Mommy, Diana, is recovering from what looks to be some sort of health issue, surgery, something like that. So wish you all the best. Get well soon. Hopefully it has nothing to do with how ringworm is now passed through sex. A New York man is now seeking help for the telltale rash in a first ever case, as doctors are now sounding the alarm over the spread of a highly contagious rare fungal infection that spreads through sex after treating a man who developed a rash on his penis, thighs, and buttocks. The New York patient is the first documented case of the fungus being passed through sexual contact. The infection, which is a rare type of ringworm, has been described by the New York University experts as a potential public health threat, so just like the last one. But this one is passed through sex. So usually people will get ringworm.
Now that I'm back in the dating scene, I got to start strapping up again.
This is the exact reason why I'm doing this story, Mikey. It was a public service announcement to you who raw dogs like a boss.
Not strapping up. Bring on the ringworm. Fuck it.
Dude, ringworm? All right, so let's break into it. Let's talk about what you're willing to get. The condition can be extremely hard to cure, often taking months to treat.
I gotten incurable. What the fuck?
It often takes months to treat with multiple medications and therapies. The man, going back to the guy who got it, he had developed a rash on his penis, thighs, and buttocks after having multiple male sexual partners in the weeks prior.
Oh, well, see, I ain't shopping on Grindr. I'm shopping on other dating sites.
That is interesting that it is like similar to HIV. It seems like, or AIDS, that seemed to be nobody knows if that was from a monkey. Was it the stewardess who somehow...
you get a fucking rash from... Never mind.
Well, that's my point. Like, it was, that was the thing with... that's where a lot of... people have always been homophobic, but homophobia was rampant when HIV and AIDS went around and everybody said that it was from gay sex. So it is interesting that, and truly gay dudes do seem to have it more than everybody else because they're having gay sex and there's blood and semen that get mixed because of tearing and all that shit. So they were more likely to get it. So that's interesting that in this case, it was a gay dude or a couple gay dudes. How did that one I wonder how, because you usually get ringworm from wrestling or like doing martial arts or jujitsu or a lot of where you're sweating and rolling around.
Yeah, rolling around in the sweaty mat. Stinky gym.
How do you end up getting... Okay, I think I just figured it out. Okay, so gay guy number one is having... he's in an affair with gay guy a relationship with gay guy number two. Gay guy number two is also a jiu-jitsu guy. Okay, so he grapples. He does a lot of rolling around on mats, wrestling mats, things like that. Maybe he's a high school wrestling.
Oh, he
coach.
wrestles a lot of mats, all right.
Maybe he's a high school. Maybe he's a high school wrestling coach. He loves wrestling little boys. Who knows? But in this grappling, he gets some ringworm right about here. And so gay guy number two, who with the ringworm, and then gay guy number one have some relations. Perhaps they're into little fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? And in that exchange, there's some rubbing on the this guy. We'll change it for small sake. And then there's some rubbing. You know what I mean? Because if you're gonna go in there, you're You're going in there. You know what I'm saying? So potentially the
I don't know what kind of
ringworm.
videos you've been watching, but
No, it's only because when my ex-wife, when she had my youngest son, they couldn't get all the stuff out of her, so a nurse literally just went elbow deep, bro. And I saw,
no.
dude, this you want to hear the craziest part? I saw my ex-wife's stomach go up while she started doing the scoop, trying to like get everything out of there.
Well, that's a weird way to do it, but I used to, see, that used to be a turn on to me when I'd shove a giant toy in my ex and watch it fucking plump her stomach out.
Really? That's the thing you're into? Why would that turn
dude,
you on?
Those things, dude, those things were huge, dude, like 14 to 16 inches long with a 9-inch fucking diameter.
What is,
I mean, gapers.
oh my God, dude. Like that?
I'd split her, dude.
Why was she into that? How do you get
No idea.
How do you get that far gone? Like, do you
No idea, but let me tell you, it was a challenge to stretch it further every fucking time.
Did she used to like fuck her bedpost when she was a kid or something? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Never
Like
really
that,
got into it, dude. I have no idea. You know, those are like they make like eggs, like silicone eggs, and she'd be putting 2 of them up there.
Whoa, that's crazy. Okay,
For a tiny little 5'4", 110-pound girl,
dude. And I'm not trying to like. I'm not saying this like out of like any kind of brag or a humble brag or anything, but B1 and I, we go one round, and if I try to go for another one, she's already in the bathroom like no, I.
oh,
like,
dude, when we used
not
to like,
because
dude,
not,
it's like a Saturday night with like out the kid or something like that, dude, like a 4 to 6 hour session.
no, dude, she's wrecked after one. There's no second round. It takes a couple days until usually sometimes the next day.
She would get off fucking 10, 12 times.
Oh, if I could keep going to do that, she physically cannot handle it anymore. And I'm not saying she's tiny. So it's that kind of situation. It's got, I'm average, maybe above average, but nothing like crazy like you'd see in a porn or anything like that. So it's not like me bragging about it, but it's truly, she is like tight. So it's like no other way to explain it. And so I think like I genuinely like fuck her up. You know what I mean? Like she's genuinely out of commission for a couple days. So that it blows my mind.
There was never no out of commission.
That blows my mind to even think about a woman like, and I've seen it in porns or whatever, but I figured but I didn't think an everyday average girl fucking chemist.
This wasn't your everyday average girl. This was an absolute fucking crazy psycho bitch.
Right, but you see her, she looks like a fucking, if you worked with her at the chemist place or whatever, she would literally be like,
yes, for real. Nerd glasses, everything like that. Would have never thought she was into all them kinks. Never in a million years.
It's those librarian looks, I tell you what, crazy. So, but anyway,
so
back
a sucker for them big glasses like that, dude.
Back to
Back
to my theory, Mikey.
Ringworm.
Gay guy 2,
Fisticuff.
Fisticuffing gay guy 1. He rubs the ringworm all over the butthole. Gay guy 2 goes home. Say gay guy 1 calls up gay guy 3. He's looking for a 2-in-1 night. And maybe it was the next day. I don't know. But gay guy 1 now has ringworm on his butthole. Gay guy 3 comes along, Pound Town. He gets ringworm on his penis. I feel like this makes sense.
It does. That checks out. I mean, that creates the origin of where the ringworm came from and how it would be transferred that way for the first time. Because, I mean, other than that, it's very difficult to get ringworm internally like that.
Yeah, so I would really love to know. I mean, he got it all over his Johnson. It was all over his legs. Are these the pictures of it? No. All right, so here's a picture it looks like. It's kind of blurry, but it looks like this is what was on this guy. So there's some weird red patches and ringworm, whatever. So can you imagine that on your Johnson? Oh my God, that would be so fucking brutal. That would be the fucking worst. That would fucking be... Like, isn't ringworm really itchy too?
I don't know. Never had ringworm.
I think it's really itchy.
Not yet. I mean, I'll let you know in the next few months.
All right. Well, I've given you your warning. It was up to you to decide whether or not you wanted to take advantage of the warning, but it looks like you are not going to do that. So,
No, I can't. The smell of that burnt rubber. Fuck no.
let's see here. I can't remember. I honestly trying to think.
Smell is imprinted in my brain from when I was 17.
The smell?
Yep.
I don't remember it, to be quite honest with you. I don't really remember what it smells like. Other than like, I kind of do actually now that I think about it, because I remember when I was using them, I would get it was the spermicidal lube kind, and that had some kind of weird smell to it.
It stung.
Stung?
Stung.
Really? Oh, I never noticed, to be honest with you. I never used, I had a very short period of condom use.
17 or 18 for me, man. It wasn't very long. It was after like the third girl I dated, I think.
Yeah. So, well, some dudes are probably needing condoms right now are the Cleveland Guardians. I'm sure those dudes are out fucking right now because they just won their 40th game out of 60. And it's only the third time. Yeah, it's only the third time in the team's history that they've reached 40 wins in 60 games. The last time they did it, 1995, and that was a magical season here in Cleveland. Those mid-90s seasons were so fucking awesome. So to have something even comparable to that happening right now is really fucking cool. So big ups to the Gardos.
Exciting for the city for sure.
It's super cool. By the way, have you seen their city jerseys?
I have not.
Oh shit, hold on one sec. They're really cool. Like the MLB released all these different jerseys, like for hometown or whatever. The city version. Here is ours. I love it. I think it's fucking sweet. The way the numbers look, the CLE on there, I think they look great. It's kind of not the greatest picture because you can't see directly, but I love it. I love the color combination, the helmets, everything about them. So I think they're pretty fucking cool. Let's see here. Mikey, I got one video to wrap things up here. What are you doing? You're checking your phone to see if everybody's talking about raw dogging with the
I was just looking at the chat to see what people
You
were
always do that. Anytime you bring up the herp, you always go, you
saying.
stare
Wasn't
at
even
the
that.
chat.
No, I wanted to see what people were talking about the gaping.
Oh. You're like, is there a gaper in there? Is there a gaper talking
Yeah,
about
for real, bro. Always shopping, dude.
You're horny now. I love it. Mikey's horny again. It's so awesome. Well, Mikey, maybe this
on all the dating sites, bro. Oh my god.
On the what? Oh, you're swiping.
Swiping.
Are you swiping on slump busters or dimes or all of the above or?
Right now, just Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge.
Tinder, Bumble. So, but what are you? What kind of girls are you looking for? Girls that you think are just down to fuck? Are you looking for a relationship? What are you looking for?
Who the fuck knows, bro? I'm looking for anything and everything to fill a void in my life right now. So that just means probably just something very simple.
All right. What is your Bumble bio? What does it say? Or Tinder bio? Are they the same? Are they different? You treat them the same? What do you?
If your profile has your pronouns, keep on swiping.
That's what it says in yours?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I ain't getting a lot of likes, my guy.
Is that all it says? Just that?
No, it doesn't say much. It says I like podcasts and comedy.
All right. So no, that's why I'm asking what your profile is. If you're not getting are you getting a lot of responses or?
I'm talking to a few people, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Doing a little juggling then. Good for you. Good for you. Do any of them happen to play college softball?
Do any of them happen to play what?
College softball.
No, I don't think any of them are in college anymore.
All right. Well, they might be into what you are. Well, I know you're into gaping. This isn't technically gaping, but it does have to do with the back door. Check this video out.
Erickson launches that one. Back it goes into the bleachers, and Florida strikes first. And she does it against her former team. Well, Wicked for Wedgie, this is something we uncovered at the SEC tournament this year, that there has been a decades-long Florida tradition that when you cross home plate after getting a home run, you get the traditional home run wedgie. It is Brooke Bernard's job this year.
Nice butts right there.
I know they do have some badonks over there, but how funny is that? That made me fucking laugh my ass off. These fucking girls giving each other fucking wedgies when they get home runs. I mean, this is fucking classic shit right here. Look at this girl sneaking out. I don't even mute this. She comes in, 8 scores. Number 1 comes running up. Now, number 1 is actually in charge of all the wedgies this year. She's the one who does all the wedgie giving. There's another one. And she gets into it too. 2 hands, get a good grip, and then get those shoulders into it and those traps. She's doing a fucking shrug on that girl's fucking pants right there.
Yeah.
So there you go, Mikey. Maybe you find yourself a college softball player. Put that in your thing. Say, I see you guys have nice badonks. Let's hook up. All right. I think that's going to wrap things
Dude,
up.
I never asked you. What'd you think of that song Houdini?
It's okay.
Would you not like it because he took a shot at your girl?
No, I actually just found it to be boring. Boring. It's found it to be boring. I don't know. I know. There's just something about it that, you know what? Honestly, what it was? It was the abracadabra sample. I felt like is Rick Rubin producing this?
I don't know.
Okay, because Rick Rubin made, when he tried to do the Stroke Me, that song where he sampled Stroke Me. That was okay, but I feel like they were like, all right, that kind of worked. Let's try to do it again, but with a different classic rock song. So
they've sampled so many classic rock songs over the years.
But yeah, I was just something about this one just didn't do it for me. I just
didn't click with you.
Yeah, no,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for a single. The rest of it comes out on Friday, so
maybe it'll be good. I don't know what has changed about, because when I was younger, fucking loved Eminem. Loved him. I mean, I knew every word to every song. I listened to every fucking album. I was into the deep cuts on the albums, all that shit. But something happened to where, as I got older, pretty much the only Eminem song I like now is Drug Ballad. It's like the only one.
What a great song.
Oh, it's awesome. It's a fucking great song. So good. But it's really the only one I feel like I can actually listen to. Because everything else is very...
many. The track list just goes on and on for me.
They're just
Patiently waiting. Anything that's D12.
They're kind of dated a little bit because he does so many pop culture references, or he did. And I'm over the, like, mad at my mom rap, and, I'm mad at my girlfriend, like that kind of Eminem. I kind of just don't care about it anymore. So, I mean, I know this was kind of without me, so it was more of the poppy Eminem, but
this was more of an homage to the old school Eminem. I think there's gonna be that whole transition and evolution of his career throughout this album. I'm excited to see how he puts it all together story-wise. I've always enjoyed the skits in between, the interludes, the outros, the way everything's tied together on an album and it tells a story.
Yeah, it was cool. I did like the Paul throwback, the voicemail from his manager or whatever. Yeah. That was a good throwback to one of the old songs. I can't remember which song it was, but good throwback. Kid Rock used to do that too. He had one of my favorite Kid Rock songs. It's got his manager calling and fucking telling him, you're supposed to be at a fucking recording session.
Dude, that's what I liked about those albums. They told a story. They had little pieces of glue that would tie things together, and intros and outros on songs would tie into the next. It's the art of putting a whole album together. I'm really excited. I'm just an M stan, to be honest with you.
That's cool. I was too. I think I just kind of grew out of Eminem for whatever reason. Let's see here. Nuggaman says, Mikey, what would you do if you came across B1's profile on, I'm assuming, on one of these dating sites? I don't think that Mikey's searching for girls in Cleveland, and I also don't
Yo,
think...
not gonna lie, Facebook dating, dude, matches me with people like all over the place in the Ohio area, Pennsylvania area.
You want that, though?
I still swipe, whatever.
Like, she got a nice ass. Okay.
I'll drive.
I'll drive to go fuck that. That's funny.
Distance is perfect. I don't got to deal with you on a regular basis. It could be like weekends. That sounds perfect. My best friend, my brother of like 15 years that I work with, divorced, 4 kids. His girlfriend lives 2 hours away. She doesn't have a license, a car, or anything like that. He gets to see her on his terms and his terms only, and it's happiest he's ever been.
Okay. Well, all right. Very good. All right. Long distance might be the way to go. It sounds like I have a short long distance. I mean, like B1 doesn't live here. She's over there. It's not far from here, but it's, we got the separation if we need it. I always wonder if we had a bigger place and, a spot to where I could go to the basement and she could go upstairs and we could have more space if things might not have gotten as heated at times as they did. Because
it's tough in a confined space, dude.
Yeah,
but to be honest with you, there's never going to be a point in a relationship where I want to share a bed with a female again. I always want to have my own bed to sleep in.
Oh, see, I kind of like that. I don't mind that. It's nice. Crank up the AC. It's nice to sleep with someone. I always kind of miss. I every once in a while I'll be like, you want to do a sleepover? And
there's not one time where I'll be like, man, I miss having a girl next to me in bed. And then I just spread out even further, and my cat's up there. Yep, no, it's perfect.
At first, that sucks. That's hard at first. That's really hard at first. If you're used to it, sleeping with someone, and then all of a sudden you're not sleeping with someone, that's a really weird thing at first.
At the end of the last 6 months of my relationship, I was finding excuses to go home every night so I didn't sleep with her.
Well, that's because you didn't want to be around her, but just in the sense of like when B1 was gone and I was sleeping by myself, like she had her own place, and I was like, it was weird. It was hard at first, but eventually it got to the point where it's like, oh, cool, I can fucking spread my legs everywhere and fucking sprawl out. So, real quick, a little bit of love to Herman, a huge super fan donation. Thank you, Herman. He says, happy first year, bro. I think you have many more. I think we will, and I hope we will as well. CYX, she also put in a superfan donation. Thank you very much. She said, happy anniversary, ADS. So, and Irish Ronnie says, happy anniversary, Dumb. Let's keep it going. So, thank you to all of you guys for your superfan donations, all of your support over the last year. I've had some fun with all of you guys. Ron says, Mikey, it's going back to your gaping comments. Ron says, Mikey, when you're turning your pussy into a football launcher, why do you think you wanted to escape?
Yo, it didn't matter how far that thing stretched. You go right back to that kung fu grip, bro.
That's weird. That's amazing. I can't even imagine that.
But dude, she had this I don't know, bro. She had this weird ability with those muscles, dude. Like she'd be able to close it off to the point where I wouldn't even be able to go in.
Man, that's so foreign to me. I can't even imagine that. So, all right, well, that's gonna wrap things up. Mikey, thank you for the past year. I appreciate you so much.
Happy anniversary, brother.
Thank you. Hey, right back at you, dude. Wouldn't be able to do the show without you, man. You really,
by the way, one quick question: is our comedy show on a Friday night?
I think so. I believe it is a week. It's a week from tomorrow or Friday.
All right, because I'm probably going to come in a little bit earlier.
Okay. Well, we got to talk. We'll figure it out because we got to figure out when maybe we can record this thing too. So we'll stick around, or not stick around, but make sure you have notifications turned on and all that kind of stuff. That way, if we do post that video, I'll probably let you guys know ahead of time before I post it. And then we'll probably end up replaying it live or whatever anyway. But I do plan on doing the Barnyard Redemption, hopefully sooner than later. It'd probably be fun to do it when you're in town with me. That way we have the extra set of hands. So people who are interested in helping out with the challenge or the redemption, it's not a challenge, it's a redemption, damn it. you guys can email me, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com, and maybe you can hold a camera or something like that and help stream the show from there. So
at this point, I'm about 90% certain that I'm going to be getting them tickets for Fully Loaded.
just
So
get
if you
them.
want to come out, let's rock.
Yeah, I want to go to that too, especially
I'm
because
not fucking around, dude. That I think that might be the closest that Tony Hinchcliffe ever comes to Rochester because he can't stand Western New York.
well, even
And
after
the opportunity to see a live set, I can't miss it.
I watched him on Rogan today, and he talked about how he's going to be on that tour, and the way they're doing that tour, they're going to be so fucked up. They're going to be letting loose. They're sleeping in a bus.
Yeah,
Bert,
dude.
Bert and all them.
Bert's got like 3 or 4 buses, and that's all these guys do.
It's going to be.
It's
crazy.
a whole vibe, dude.
Fun.
The last time I went to the Fully Loaded festival, Bert wasn't as big as he was now, but like Bert was out there playing catch with fans and shit. I got a bunch of fucking pictures of me throwing frisbee golf with him.
That's cool. All right, on. Well, that's fun. Well, I'm looking forward to. it. We'll have a good time. That's a couple weeks on, right? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that.
I'm coming to your place next weekend. You'll be coming to my place the weekend after that.
The weekend after that. All right, perfect. Sounds good to me. All right, cool. Scarf Mommy says, happy anniversary, ADS. Good to see you, dummies. Congrats, dumb. Cheers to another year. Love you. Well, we love you too and wish you all the best and get well soon.
Absolutely. Speedy recovery.
Yep. Mikey, I love you. And here's to
too,
another
buddy.
year, my dude. All right, bro. I'm out of here. Or he's out of here. We'll be out of here in a sec. And again, a truly heartfelt thank you to all of you guys for watching over the past year. I thought I was about to start crying there for a second, but I pulled myself together. It almost happened. I know you guys love when I cry, but I caught it right. It was going to happen. But no, it means a lot to me that you guys spend your evenings with me and Mikey. And I hope to continue doing the show for as long as I can, and hopefully it will grow. And one of the ways it can grow is with you guys sharing the show, telling your friends about it. Say, hey, we hang out in the evenings from 7 to 9. We drink some beer, smoke some weed, talk about some shit that's going on in the world, have some fun, and just BS. So you guys help spread the word, and I'll keep doing this, and hopefully we'll continue to grow the show, and we can do this for a while. That's the plan, at least. So thanks again to all of you guys. If you've not hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, please give me a like. If you have any ideas for the Barnyard Redemption or you would like to be a part of it, please make sure you email me, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Alrighty, guys, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight on the 1-year anniversary. We will be back live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I got a baseball tomorrow, maybe Friday. Definitely back live on Monday. But in the meantime, I'm out of here. See you.